April and May 1974, a new phase had started for Patricia and I. UBC forestry classes had ended already, and not yet married, I needed to complete my thesis to officially graduate. By the end of April, I had received my mark on my thesis at 81%. I managed to graduate. I graduated from the Forest Resource Management option. But I had already received job offers and I accepted what I thought was the best with BC Forest Products Limited. I even got a congratulatory letter from the Premier of Prince Edward Island. Mother and Father bought me this wonderful Seiko watch as a graduation present. Inscribed on the back, Grad 74, Mom and Dad. Meanwhile, Patricia was finishing her nurse's diploma at Vancouver General Hospital, which she obtained in August 1974. And by November, after we were married, she achieved full certification as a registered nurse. Here are the nursing grads, left to right: Patricia, Brenda Gulliman, Gail Reben, and Coral Henderson. Congratulations, Patricia. In April, I moved into a studio apartment on Burnaby Street. At this time, I did not have a car, so I had to walk to 1050 West Pender, which was the head office of BC Forest Products. BCFP leased the top floors of this particular skyscraper, and I believe the inventory section was on the 19th floor, and we were facing Vancouver Harbor. This is the apartment tower in which I rented an apartment on the 6th floor. My rent here was $152 a month. I began work on May the 6th. This was a very exciting time for me. 2 years of college, 4 years of university, and I was finally going to work in my chosen career. After a brief orientation, we were assigned all the necessary equipment we're going to need for the job. The new crew headed over to Port Renfrew for our first 10-4 shift. And here are but a few of the tools of the trade for doing timber inventory. We wore cruiser's vests similar to this to carry all our necessary equipment for the job. The Santo Compass, the most important piece of equipment. This is the actual Timberlands van we took for the ride over to Renfrew. And here's Rick, part of the crew. We were out on the dryland sort at Renfrew, taking a look at all the different logs and coming to understand how to properly grade them. It was fascinating to watch the big equipment at work here at the dryland sort. And this is part of the Renfrew logging camp. Little did I know that in September of 1975 I would be promoted to assistant forester for the Renfrew logging division. On a couple of the evenings, we went and visited the Botanical Beach. This is my friend Gary McKellar, who started work on the same day that I did with BCFP. Sadly, Gary died in 1997 of a serious illness. One month starting work, my pay went from a starting wage of $940 a month to $1,025 a month. Timber cruising season is in full swing, and I'm working steady 10 and 4 shifts. The adventure continues as we head into Harrison Lake, into an undeveloped watershed at Silver River. The Silver River logging camp is located here, but it's now been replaced by a run-of-the-river hydro project. Here's the original Silver River logging camp. We stayed at the Silver River logging camp on the first night, and the next day we hiked 5 miles or 8 kilometers back into the undeveloped watershed to start our work. Then we stayed in pup tents for a few days to complete the job. All this fails when a grizzly attacks our camp, destroying our tents and supplies. I have this story documented in my memoir. As a senior timber cruiser, there is always a compassman up front who's actually mapping out the way and blazing the trail. At times we work in steep, treacherous terrain. At the valley headwaters, we are afforded national park quality scenery and landscape. Gorgeous. And to think we were being paid to do this. Well, in between shifts, Patricia comes and visits me in my studio. Here she is vacuuming her feet. The summer rolls on, and this time we head up Jervis Inlet to work on some steep terrain and even snow. Absolutely stunning scenery. Gold Gamma, or Gary McKellar and I, are confronted with a significant rock wall that we need to climb. We did climb up through that fracture with only huckleberry bushes for handholds. End of the day, and we end up using the snowfields to slide our way down back to our truck. And we're treated to a wonderful flight directly into Vancouver. In July, our cruising adventure was really unique. Our task was to see if we could find a route into the Piper River Valley. We float planed using a beaver into the Nikite logging camp. The next day, we flew into Piper Lake and we set up a crude camp at the end of the lake. We spent 3 days doing a flying traverse into the valleys beyond, mapping the area. Landing on Piper Lake, and worse, taking off, was very dangerous, just skimming the treetops. Here is Kim Allen and myself in our muddy, bug-infested Humble campsite. This is Rick taking a cooling off swim while we wait for our float plane ride. Here's Kim Allen and I waiting for the Beaver float plane pickup. This is the Nikite logging camp from our Beaver. Here's the view of Long Beach from the highway coming into the park. You can no longer see this view because the trees are so tall. Here's Patricia looking north towards Catface Mountain from Radar Hill. In July, we left Campbell River via floatplane for Glendale Cove Logging Camp. We will be timber cruising and mapping around the Tom Brown Lake area. While working west of Martin Lake, fellow cruiser Al Staley decided he would swim back across the lake rather than walk around like I did. I could not talk him out of it. I had a fun bear encounter on the way back. I met a black bear and had to walk by about 20 feet on my return. Here we go again, another round of timber cruising up Night Inlet. Some of the fun of these trips was always the float plane ride in and out of the area. And the views could be spectacular. Some of our work conditions put us in some seriously dangerous positions. The Night Inlet estuary in the evening, no grizzlies unfortunately. Finally, the moment has arrived. I'm given 2 weeks off work and friends and family gather for our wedding. I have compiled a full-length movie of our wedding, so these are just a few shots. Patricia and I move in together into my studio apartment. It's on the 6th floor of 1265 Burnaby and overlooks the swimming pool. We have the 2 weeks well planned. First, heading to Mount Rainier. Patricia had never been there before. And this was also because we were heading to Spokane to attend the World's Fair. We camped at the Cougar Rock Campground using Don and Millie's truck and trailer. Our first day on the mountain, we climb up to Panorama Point to around 8,000 feet elevation. And next we drive around to the east side of the mountain to Sunrise and do the hike to Burroughs Mountain. Heading to Mount Rainier and doing these same hikes would become a regular ritual for us over the decades. The views at Panorama Point on this day were spectacular, and the weather was very nice and warm. On our route down, we encounter these lovely little fellows. And there's Fremont Mountain and Berkeley Park. There's Sunrise Lodge in the distance there. We arrive at Frozen Lake, which is the water supply for Sunrise, and I'm fooling around. And now the steep climb up from Frozen Lake to Burroughs Mountain. We're at Burroughs Mountain and the views were spectacular. And I get a chance to sit in the seat that we will come back to year after year, decade after decade. Yeah, it's time to leave now and head to our next adventure. We spent a couple of days here and just enjoy your tour around the fairgrounds. We leave Spokane and head up to Penticton to take in Carl and David's wedding. This is Carl Henderson, who I introduced back in the nursing school pictures. And here's Gail Reben, also a person I introduced in the nursing school pictures. This is our first Christmas party with BCFP head office, and boy was I impressed. This is Daphne McKellar, and this is Gary McKellar, or Go Gamma, and they lived in the same apartment as we did. After the BCFP head office Christmas party, we headed up to Comox so we could have a family Christmas with the Goodsell family. In November of that year, we moved from our Burnaby Street address to the Harrow Street, 1501 Harrow Street, and right down the hall from the McKellars, who I introduced earlier. And it was a one-bedroom, nice apartment. We were on the 15th floor. All the photos in this movie were taken with this Instamatic, except of course for the maps that I took off of Google Earth.